Your voice is different than my voice, and that's the beauty of it.
You have to tell your story because no one can tell your story the way that you can.
No!
Some people click into their skin when they're teenagers. Some people, it takes their whole lives. When I finally clicked, suddenly it's like, this is who I am, and you own it.
No! God!
People have an assumption about what it means to be male or what it means to be female or what it means to be a trans person, but it doesn't mean I'm right and you're wrong or you're right. We are all right.
No!
Because it's our point of view.
No!
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. It seems like everybody's following Bud Light down the rabbit hole. They really want to get all those sweet, sweet headlines. And you kind of expect this stuff from the fashion industry or like colognes or perfumes. Yeah, I guess, you know, that's kind of the thing. But what I also think is interesting is name brand clothes like Levi's, which I wouldn't say are like designer, but they're also not cheap. I think they have made a huge mistake here. In fact, Levi's now doubles down on trans agenda despite the Bud Light debacle, as they've come out to say, oh, there's definitely consumer appetite for it. I mean, I was pretty sure that jeans were jeans. They were cut a different way because men's and women's bodies are different, but I suppose that's something wild to say in this day and age. So let's get into all that after a quick word from this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Look, it's 2023. If you don't have a VPN, you're missing out on a ton of benefits. Not just a more secure connection, but if you're paying for Netflix, Disney Plus, or any other streaming service, you're already getting locked out of a ton of additional content that you could be enjoying if you used a VPN. And since they've been sponsoring the channel so long, they've rolled out a massive discount for my viewers. That's right, 84% off plus 4 months free. It's $2.03 a month, 4 months free, 84% off. Private Internet Access also offers privacy on all your devices, lightning fast global server network. And look, outside of all the additional content you're going to be able to view out there using Private Internet Access, it also has a strict no logs policy. It's open source. It has state-of-the-art updates. It's instant to set up. You can put it on all of your devices, your tablet, your computer, your mobile phones. It has unlimited bandwidth and so much more. If you don't have a VPN yet, make today the day. Use my link in the description to get Private Internet Access, start being more secure, and unlock loads more content. Remember to pick your Private Internet Access up today. Get your computer and your mobile devices protected. If you haven't yet, they have a massive discount in the link in the description, in the link and pinned comment down below. Levi's doubles down on trans agenda despite Bud Light debacle. This via the Post Millennial, and Outkick has had some coverage in New York Post as well. On Wednesday, during an appearance at the Axios BFD event, Levi Strauss & Company CEO Chip Bergh made it clear that the clothing giant will continue to grow its gender-neutral line, claiming there was consumer appetite for such products. Bergh's statements come as more and more brands face backlash over their decisions to pander to the modern movement via products and endorsement deals. The Bud Light debacle has shown how backlash can lead to boycotts and eventually impact a company's bottom line. Well, earlier today, I covered Miller Lite, and it's gonna be interesting to see if that builds any kind of behind the scenes, pushback as well. Globally, according to a recent study, about 1% of adults currently describe themselves as transgender, non-binary, non-conforming, gender fluid, or another way. Wow, 1%. They must have the other 99% of the market, huh? That's pretty wild that they have 99% of the market. They're finally worried about that last 1%, huh? Reminding Bergh that Bud Light faces criticism for its decision to partner with Dylan, she asked how Levi planned to market gender-neutral clothing in a world where everything gets politicized. Well, we actually have gender-neutral line, Bergh said, explaining that while it's currently a small collection, the company is in the process of building out slowly to make it larger. I don't really understand. A t-shirt's a t-shirt. This is just a weird woke, this is, what do they call it? help me out, my LGBTQ viewers. Pink washing? No, pink. It's gay baiting. There's another word for it, but it's like, yeah. Oh, your t-shirts are gender neutral. Wow, what a thing. You can get t-shirts that are tighter and have lower cut, different cuts on the top. But sure, a girl could wear a t-shirt the same way a guy can wear a t-shirt. That's always been the case. He noted that Levi's had research and data proving that some women buy men's product and some men buy women's. No kidding. First of all, women buying men's product is really not that uncommon, especially if you're talking about like hoodies or things that naturally fit larger, or fit bigger. Men buying women's lines are probably gay. Women probably buy men's clothes because they want something big and snuggly. They want to, like, for example, like sports hoodies and stuff like that, or things of that nature. They're not buying men's clothes to be a man. I wouldn't suspect. On their website, Levi's offers a guide to the unisex style, explaining that it's not just for gender diverse people. Oh yeah, well, buy our propaganda. This is for everyone. You don't have to be gender fluid to enjoy a more flexible approach to fashion, the guide states. It's about being comfortable and loving your look, whatever that is. Ease into our unisex styles with versatile pieces that stand the test of time. Well, this sure sounds like a recruitment ad, doesn't it? Again, in the order of offensive things, I still think Bud Light first, Jack Daniels second, Miller Lite was pretty tame. Look, I don't buy name brand clothes. I buy my clothes from Amazon Basics or DXL. And I think, so I don't really care. I think spending money on expensive clothes is dumb. But I also treat my stuff like garbage. So I'm not like dunking on people that spend a lot of money on nice clothes as long as you take advantage of it. I wear my stuff out and I throw it out every 6 months and then I replace it. Levi's is still a brand name. It's more expensive. And so they're playing with fire here, especially because there are certainly plenty of men who wear Levi's. Also, you see, former exec says Levi is woke washing with gender neutral line. Clearly, Bud Light taught them nothing. Levi Strauss and Company is expanding their line of gender fluid garments in the wake of Bud Light's disastrous stunt with Dylan Mulvaney on Axios Monitor. We already know about this stuff. Levi's first announced its gender fluid line called 8 back in February 2017, but they've been building it ever since. The promotional video shows two non-binary models chatting about what unisex means to them. And because now parody is reality, it looks exactly like this old Saturday Night Live skit. This is beyond parody. Levi's to expand gender neutral line. They've effectively made this skit into a reality. Jennifer Say was an executive at Levi's when the brand debuted its gender neutral campaign, but Say told Fox News Digital the greatest profit for the company came from traditional gender-focused products. Of course, sometimes men buy women's clothes, sometimes women buy men's clothes. It wasn't a reinvention of the product line, Say said. I still think it's woke washing, if we want to call it that. And yes, I did it, and I would probably do things a little differently now. So it seems like the gender fluid line is simply a marketing tactic, pandering to a small portion of the population. Quote, Levi's has always been a brand for everyone. Just leave it like that. Leave it at that, Say says. Why wade into controversial politics around gender ideology now, when Bud Light backlash cost more than a 20% decline in sales in April for their flagship brand? Well, it was nearly 26%, I believe. All of these are and they all pressured by a small minority of employees, consumers, and activists. These parties have, in Say's opinion, lost sight of the fact of the purpose of business to deliver its profits. The approach of Levi's is taking alienates a significant portion of the population who take this to be the company furthering a controversial ideology that says biological sex isn't real, she added. Not a good move. With the stock price already down more than 20% this year and 50% from 2 years ago, just stick with Levi's is for everyone. But corporations seem to be more interested in furthering their reputations as do-gooders and altruists, she said, as evidenced by Dylan's more than $1 million in sponsorship deals. I think it's primarily virtue signaling, Say said. I think it's reputation laundering in a sense. It's a way to signal that you're on the right side of progressive causes without actually having to do much. Well, that's everybody in corporate world that does this, by the the overwhelming majority. In a sense, Levi's is doing what they think they have to do, what every other company is doing. Next month, with every major corporation changes its social media to rainbow colors for Pride Month, the performative groupthink will be on full display, and they'll all pat themselves on the back. I mean, this is such a great profit month, a great news month for me, because once June comes around and you get to point out, oh, BMW has a rainbow flag as their icon, but doesn't have one in the UAE. That's that's a coinky dink. Oh, Ubisoft has rainbow flags in their banners, but for some reason not in the Middle East. I wonder why that is. It's because, I'll explain, they don't really actually care. They care about profit, and woke pandering in the West means profit generally, and woke pandering in the Middle East does not equal profit. And so that's why they don't do it there. The idea that consumer appetite is increasing for gender fluid jeans is absurd. I don't understand. This is, again, this is just Levi's being desperate. You see, will someone tell this guy that men and women are built differently? I'm sorry, but biology is not gender neutral. Biology is in the genes with a G, not the genes with a J. They aren't changing anything. They're just admitting their genes aren't a real good fit for anybody. I mean, I just added Levi's to my growing list. This may be other choice. There are many other choices out there. Yeah, of course there are. Buy from companies that need your money. Once they get this big, they don't need your money anymore. And they keep proving it over and over again. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.